Okay, let's get on with it and do our best to try in the next sort of like 5-10 minutes get the animation set up so that we can go thinking about what we need to do to start exporting things. Okay, so what we got? Well, actually, at the moment, we've got this nice little idle animation. I'm happy with that. Don't know about you, but I'm happy with that. So what we're going to do is just select everything, go up to frame 50, and just plant in a keyframe there for everything. Okay, not really bothered about it at the moment, but we'll go for that as it is. That's just to be on the safe side, so that if anything goes pear-shaped afterwards, then we'll do that. Now, in fact, what I'll do is this a very bad habit of mine. I sort of pre-plan on how long I want animations to be. Now, on average, weapon animations are quite fast. Okay, if you, it's like I mentioned in other videos, you know, if you've actually had the opportunity to fire a weapon, then you probably realise one, how difficult it is, and two, the way things do move. Obviously, if you're a first timer, you're just concentrating on trying to get everything done right. If you fired a weapon a lot, as let's say a lot of forces personnel throughout the world, you do train to do these sort of things. Now, you'll notice, and if you actually sit back when you're watching a game and you go, oh, a weapon doesn't react like that, that's because the people like, well, I won't say the people like me, because I have fired weapons on multiple occasions. Not going into my history too much here, but you'll find the people that do the animations, they watch the films and things like that. In a lot of cases, one, they've never actually fired the weapons, or two, it is difficult for the animator to get it to look correct. Okay, so give them a little bit of leeway and give me a bit of leeway, okay, because I'm going to do this very, very lazily. Anyway, right, let's get on with it. Pre-plan the animations. Now, we've got the idle animation. We need a fire. Let me see, 5 animations, if I remember correctly. Weapon idle, weapon fire, weapon alt fire, weapon put down, and weapon equip. Okay, so as I say, your animations are going to be quite short. Now, we don't want, if we make it sort of like 12, yeah, go for about 12 frames. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm going to move along the timeline 15 frames and put in a key. And again, 15 frames, put in a key. Alright, so this makes sure whatever we do here, alright, will sort of get us back to the base position. Now, I'm not going to go into how to animate and what's the best working practices and things like that. All I'm going to do is try not even put in any realism into this, but just to give a basic idea of the way that I work on this sort of thing. Right, so what we want, pardon me, now what I'm going to do is select, come on, select my right hand. Now, as you can see, this is where you're going to get very, very confused. Yeah? You saw me plan all these, let's say, yeah, keyframes. Yet when I go in and select BIP01R hand, there's no extra, those keyframes have disappeared. That is because within the biped system, it doesn't take the normal keyframes that are set down here. What you need to do, good job that I noticed, is to go down to kit with your biped bone selected. Alright, go into the motion panel and go to key info. You see this nice big red button, and you can click on that. Okay, and that will set you your keyframe for the biped. Okay, so if at any time you animate a biped, oops, no, I can just put that back to frame 50. If at any time you animate the biped and you forget to hit the set key button, and you go back and you're like, oh, where's my animation gone? It hasn't taken, because if you hit this button, set keys, alright, it ain't gonna do jack. Alright, you need to remember when you're animating anything within the biped, use the set key button within the biped panel. Okay? Good job I remembered that. Okay, anyway, right, what we're going to do is a quick fire animation. Right, so what we're going to do, fire, what happens when you pull the trigger? Well, actually, what happens when you pull the trigger is that it goes back. Now that's not doing what I want, so what I'm going to do is change from local to view. Now if I get this, now that's, you see, this is where I'm going to go scatty. Anyway, now this is one that I'd say part of the problem with the biped system. Okay, because of all your restraints and everything else, when I try to move that, I want to move it backwards straight and it's not letting me. Okay, so what we're going to do is this is me being, I won't say slightly knowledgeable, is that when you fire a weapon, okay, you can see here the button hasn't got the keys. I've got the spine 2 selected. So I've done that again. How'd that happen? 51st, 65. Smacking the key there, and 80. Putting the key there. Right, just to be on the safe side. Now, me being slightly knowledgeable in these things, when you fire a weapon and it jerks back, you will jerk back and all the rest of it. Okay, and you'll go, ouch, that hurts in my shoulder. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to move the spine back a bit. Now, is that going to go? No, it's not going to go like that. So there we do. Shooby-doo, shooby-doo. How's that look? Dink, dink. Well, actually, now the spine is not going to let me move it that way. So I'm just trying to get the sort of way I'm just going to put a key in there, because otherwise it'll disappear. And what we also want is to go up a touch. Make sure we're... Now you might think that's not quite... just 2 frames is not a lot. But what we can do is just move it up to 5. Okay, so that'll... This is not very good, I know it's not the way I was actually wanting it to go, but we'll live with it. and then that goes back to the bum, as it goes here, bum, and back to the normal rest position. Okay, we're going to leave that as it is. I don't want to take too much time in doing these sort of things. Okay, so let's just go into, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to select that key that we just made. Okay, holding shift, I'm just going to make a copy of it, copy again, just move these things around a little. You're going to go, why is he doing that? Alright, because here we've got single shot, boom, back into normal position. Alt fire, semi-automatic, boom boom, back into the normal position. How's about that then? Okie dokie. Right, now I'm running out of space on my timeline here, so I'm going to expand the timeline to 150. So go OK. Now that was a right click on there. Okay, right click, time configuration, just in case you don't know. So what we're going to do now is we want the equip and the put down animations. Okay, so let's see if we display expand all, what we want. Well, I'm going to try select all them, and it's not letting me do it. What a shock. Key info. Now, it's one of the little things that I find a little bit annoying with when animating with the biped, but we'll live with it. Okay, right, so what do we actually need now? I'm trying to get somewhere. Yeah, we're on the B spine 2 again. So we've got the fire animations. Okay, we've got the idle animation. So what we want to do is very quickly select that, copy, let's whack it over there. Let's see, 80. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. Okay, we'll go to 40. You might think, well, what's he on about now? Well, let's go back to right hand. Okay, so I'm going to go 10, 20, 30, another 30. Okay, so we've got nothing there. So if I go into here, right hand, and I go, right, we're going to drop the weapon. Right, don't forget this is the equip animation. Or not the equip, this is a put down animation. Okay, he puts it down, yeah, then he picks it up again. How about that? Am I lazy or what? Yeah. Right, so we're going to go back to frame 80. And what I'm going to do this time is get the left hand. I'm just going to make sure I do a select for that. Now, yet again, there's no keyframes for the left hand, so in the position that we're in at this moment in time, put in a keyframe. At 110 we're going to put in another keyframe, and at 140 we're going to put in another keyframe. And then when we get to 110, all we're going to do is drop the hand. Alright, it doesn't look pretty. Alright. And as you can see there, what have I done wrong? Well, what I've done wrong is that once I moved the hand, I didn't hit the set key button. Now that doesn't look that clever, does it? No. So what we're going to do is make a copy of that. No, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Which way do we do? Right. Put down. We want that actually that to go down a bit earlier, so it doesn't look like he's putting his hand through the weapon. Okay, and coming up, we really want. Let's get the right hand. Make a copy of that. Bring that in 10 frames earlier. Weapon comes up, and then he puts his left hand under it. Okay, that's believe it or not, I'm happy with that. So, like I say, whenever playing with the biped, don't forget to set your keys with the set key in the biped panel. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, and in the next video, what we're going to do is first, what we're going to do is export the meshes in the base position, and then we're going to look at exporting the animations. Okay, well, in fact, before I forget, here we go, before I forget, just do an increment save. Right, we're FPA 1 selected, press on the plus button, we now got join 2. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that, and I'll see you shortly. I'm going to test what I'm going on about first. See you soon.